Ugh! Kill it with fire! What the?
I can't. I can't. No. I like cats, but no.
Oh, what were they thinking? I think it's the eyes that make it the worst. Like, somebody online was showing, like, because Kira Major had that episode where the Red Ranger was into a cat, but he looked. They did it better with him just doing normal stuff.
Okay. If they didn't have the CGI green eyes, I think I could have been fine. The only person who actually looked like the whole cat persona worked for them was Zenkaiger. I don't know why, but come over here. It's just so I can cover your ears. Zenkaiger actually looked kind of hot with all that cat stuff.
But the other one is Galron's already a cat. Galron's already a cat. So how can he be a double cat? Anyway, I'm the Kaiju no Kami.
Krelika Kane, and before we go further, if I cough a lot, I apologize. I have just finally gotten over COVID.
Alright, but we are here to talk about Zenkaiger episodes 41 and 42. Because we just watched them finally, and this is, well actually no, this isn't the first video of the new year, because we did the revise video for the new year.
Yeah, but this is the first video since COVID.
Whatever. But anyway.
COVID wars are real. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I've lived it. I've survived it.
I lived the whole century of the COVID wars. It was 100 years of... was it 100 years? It was 110,000 years.
And I had the OG version.
Okay.
OG, dude.
Anyway.
That sounds really white.
Yes, that was whiter than white.
Not whiter than Silverquill. Silverquill, his real name, his full real name, is the whitest on white sour cream mayo name ever.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Zenkaiger, not Silverquill. That little beginning bit was just like a little joke because of Silverquill's tweet about it.
But nevertheless, 41 is called The Slippery Depths of the Noodle Swamp. So I'm first going to preface this with saying I agree with Kaito. Ramen is best.
Okay.
Well, I don't like udon or soba noodles. So basically, this episode is the true New Year's episode. Mainly because for New Year's, or at least the day after New Year's, however I think they do it New Year's Day, they have what's called New Year's Soba. Which is a very popular tradition. They actually make New Year's sound much more healthier in Japan than we do, because outside of him, New Year's usually takes place with getting shit-faced and hanging out with a bunch of random people, kind of like what you do for St. Patty's Day, ring into New Year, and then you have a hangover all New Year's Day.
And maybe a car accident?
No, that only happens when there's black ice. So, I guess before we get into Zenkaiger...
No, let's just talk about Zenkaiger.
We should tell them the adventures of how we got here.
No, we're not. We're just going to go right to Zenkaiger. That's what they're here to hear about, Zenkaiger.
No, they're here to hear about our marital bliss.
No, they're here to hear about Zenkaiger. So episode 41 starts. The dad is learning everything he can from all the other people. And Juno's like, don't you feel jealous, Kaito? Nah, it's just my dad. It's typical.
Well, okay. To be fair, no, if you think about it, with Kaito's dad, one, he disappeared when Kaito was like 10. So, all of those father-son things would have been done around that time. And at the same time, Isao is...
I never was saying anything about...
No, I'm just saying, because Juro talks about with the jealousy of like playing catch and things like that. And then you see Kaito, the next scene, thinking, I do want to do father-son things. And it made me wonder, with his dad being a professor, was he even that type?
It's Japan. His dad probably went on long trips to other parts of the world for years on end, would come back for like his birthday, give him a toy. The next day he'd go back to another place, just like every Japanese parent.
But it made me think, like, really? Is this, like, odd? But, so we do find out that Sao is more cyborg than human. Because when he runs out of energy...
Well, that was weird. So
he still has to charge up. He's like a Tesla.
Well, I wasn't sure if that was actually just, like, meant to say he's a heart robot because of Ijirud, or if that was just, like, meant to just be like a symbolic scene of him just, like, overloading from...
No. It was because Zekchan actually said he's more robot than human now.
Okay.
And so, well, that's how I got it from the subs. But it made me think, okay, so what does that mean going forward? How would this not become a tragic thing? Mm-hmm. I know it's Sentai, so it won't be, but still.
And it's Junko Sentai.
So I thought it was kind of cool because apparently soba versus udon, which is what the premise of the episode is about with the noodle world, I guess is like a real thing where people really compete over, not compete, but really have like divisive preferences of, I like soba, I like udon. And I was like, wow, okay, I like noodles. And I actually liked how they went to that whole realm of like, well, what about all the other pasta? So
the monster gets the team, half on soba side, half on udon side. Kaito has to make them think they're going into some sort of Iron Chef competition.
Which I thought was
to
weird.
Stall for time till Setchan can locate Noodle World. And when he finally does, they go. He defeats Noodle World by getting them all to band together.
Over their anger.
Because he uses Yellow Owl to throw tomatoes on him to make him seem like he's a pasta dish instead of
a noodle dish.
Udon or soba, which pisses them all off, so they all attack him. He goes boom, and then everything was like, oh, it's over. Oh my god, this is so cool. There's no mech battle. This is awesome.
Wait. Let's back up a little bit. Because their transformation, and the next episode's transformation roll call is better, but their transformation is they're referencing all of the different dishes that you can have with these particular noodles. And it's kind of fascinating how they change up the transformation each and every time now.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the only things I will say the show has been doing really great on.
But I learned a lot about whichever noodle Juram was on, because apparently you have to pound it with your feet, and one, I'm not going to eat any food.
That was udon.
Udon? That somebody is going to pound with their feet. I know how that sounds, but if you are stepping on my food, I am not eating said food. Just putting it out there. But overall, it was really funny when we got to everybody opening their eyes and like, we like both noodles. And we thought it was like the end of the episode, and his excitement of like there potentially not being a mech battle.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, we didn't have a mech battle. It was, oh, come on.
And this is like a real life reenactment. It was perfect. Because I'm like, honey, really? This is Zenkaiger. How can you have your hopes up for no mech battle?
Because as soon as because I was waiting, and then it went to the dad showing Isao making both types of noodles, and tasting them balls, I was like, oh my god, the episode ended without a mech battle. This is...
And then the mech battle was super ridiculous because apparently they have all these different noodle dishes. And I'm not even going to try to assume I can pronounce half the names because they were actually very...
Yakisoba.
Well, yakisoba, yes.
Soft noodles.
And somen, like, all of those I knew.
Whatever Zenkaiger was saying.
Well, it was it was like a 15-letter word.
Zertigelli noodle? I don't know.
I'm like, just give me ramen or give me penne noodles or spaghetti. Please, I'll take the noodles I know the names of. But it was interesting because I'm like, those sound like interesting dishes I want to try. But he was using those
Pho was one of them.
I hate pho. I'm sorry. Pho is not yummy to me.
Fuck you. Fuck me.
But anyways, it was so silly because one, we've already had a mech battle where the monster used the inanimate objects to shoot words at the mechs before. And yeah, it didn't create like this divisiveness in the Rangers.
It also just felt like a repeat of the New Year's monster New Year's World.
Well, it's a
mech
different
battle.
New Year's monster, though.
I know, but I mean, the mech battle just felt like it's a rehash of New Year's World.
It did. So I wasn't like everything else. I kind of enjoyed to a certain extent because there were some laugh out loud moments.
The only thing I will say is I did like that they used the actual suits for everyone in the mech battle. There was no CGI in that mech battle.
No. Now we're going to get into...
Well, no. First we got Ijarud is getting tortured for punishment, and he decides to reveal that Stacy is the reason Hakai's lost.
But here's a question. Are you surprised?
No.
Because, admittedly, earlier in the part of the episode, Barashitara looks at Iago.
Okay, well, no, I did like when it comes in and Barashitaro is just bouncing along, but you don't see Wall Boss anywhere.
No, Bokuasu.
And he's like, is he still mad? Well, can't you tell by the pounding?
So, that was hilarious because even when you see Stacy, and I have to give it up to the actors. Like the actual physical actors that have to do the bouncing. Especially Stacy, because he is like bouncing along like he would be...
That's because they're not actually bouncing. That's just because of the green screen. They're just moving the recorded footage up and down.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's how they've been doing the entire series.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel cheated.
That's because it's all green screen.
I feel cheated.
You never knew that?
I feel cheated. I feel like I have been taken advantage of, that my whole thoughts of Stacy and the suit actors actually bouncing around has been taken away from me. Alright, I'm going. I need to recover. I'm just going to...
We got one more, the next episode first.
You've just destroyed everything I thought about the actor's credibility of having to bounce around. No, really. I am actually frustrated at this. Because I gave those actors so much credit for doing it on tempo, and you just ruined everything for me.
Okay. Well, just pretend that they actually are bouncing.
Well,
because the suit actor for Ijarud could totally bounce like that with that big tank.
Well, obviously not bouncing like 10 feet in the air. I know that's not possible. But I thought even like the little hops, that it was still somehow them. Kind of makes sense now I think about it because Stacy's hair never moved. But I've had times where I've put enough product in my hair that it would not move even in a nuclear holocaust. But still, I still feel cheated. So I'm sorry.
All right,
everyone,
anyway.
I am done with Zenkaiger. I cannot watch anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because...
no, I've been watching this far because of you. We are finishing this goddamn show.
I'm sorry. I
All
can't,
right.
everyone.
So next episode. Oh well. So this episode also ends with the father leaving.
I was disappointed because if we're going to go this route of the father creating a little mini
car.
gate. No, the car obviously is a car. A mini gate to go searching for his wife. Why didn't he have a DeLorean? I'm sorry, if you're going to have a machine that puts a portal to do time jumps, you need to have a DeLorean because you're doing Back to the Future.
Sure, if you say so. What I was trying to say, though...
No, DeLoreans.
Is...
What?
Okay, so instead of actually showing us Kaito and them going through the worlds to save his mom, we're just going to have Isao go in the car, disappear, and he'll come up back in the last few episode or two before the series ends. Hey, here's your mom. We'll never actually see how he actually found her, what world she was on, none of the worlds that they have to search for to find her.
Okay, one, I still think if you're going to do a Back to the Future reference, you need to have either a Doc Brown look
What is it with you and Back to the Future
or a
references?
DeLorean. I'm sorry, that scene was literally what you saw in Back to the Future, except without a DeLorean.
Well, no,
or
because
a
I've never
Brown.
seen Back to the Future.
I know, because you're a heathen. Second,
I watch good movies.
Back to the Future is a good movie. Anyone who watches this video, I ask you, one, have you seen Back to the Future? And two, did you like the Back to the Future? Obviously, we're not going to go Back to the Future 3. I'm just referencing the first one. But second point is, are you surprised? The one time they searched for their mom, we only heard about Romance World. We really didn't see anything happen.
Yeah,
So why are you acting all affronted? I have a legitimate reason to be affronted. You already knew this was going to happen. Your expectations weren't dashed from you.
Because I wanted to see an actual plot occur on screen for once.
I'm sorry. You have no right to talk. I've gone through 41 episodes and now just had the magic behind the screen ruined. And you're going to complain about this?
Yeah, okay. So anyway, so he leaves them with the Don brother. I can't...
Basically the number 46 gear.
Yes. And
we don't know it's Don Brothers at this moment.
So he leaves. So I was like, okay, cool. They show you the trailer. Oh, you're going to see... God, what is his name? Momotaro Don brother? No,
Momotaro brother.
Momotaro brother. Okay. And like, okay, cool. We're going to get to see the new hero all throughout this episode.
I just need to double check. Oh, Don Momotaro is his
Don
name.
Momotaro. But yeah, okay. So then we have the next episode starts, which has them doing the kotatsu, learning about because it's cold out.
Okay. Kotatsus are awesome. I've always wanted one since I first saw the original Fruits Basket series.
Yes, I'm sure you did. But, so we have Kotatsu World starts putting everyone under kotatsus.
Okay, the reason why they're doing that is because when we get to like the prologue of the episode, it's freezing out. It's the new year. It's cold. And apparently, well, obviously it's cold in Japan. Maybe not cold in Colorado, but it's cold in Japan.
No. I'm thinking more of apparently that, from what somebody online told me, Fahrenheit-wise, their lowest temperature is usually 19 degrees in the winter.
Wait, the lowest they get to is 19 degrees?
Apparently. Unless you're in the very, very northern part of Japan.
Okay, that's unfair, Japan. Because the lowest temperature I've ever lived through was negative 30. So, fuck you!
Okay, so it's cold to them.
Wow, you're just being mean. It's cold to you.
And then, so Kotatsu World is just shooting everyone under kotatsus, and he gets all the Zenkaigers.
Well, because Vroom Vroom wants to know what a kotatsu is so badly, he's willing to get hit by the monster. And the moment he gets under a kotatsu, he's like, this is awesome. And then all the other rangers are hit. And then you have two Kaiser and family in the ship. They're all coming in. And finally, a monster with the mission shoots the ship with the kotatsu beam, and everybody in the ship is now in a kotatsu.
And then Kaito and them are like, oh man, they got two Kaiser already. We could have used his help. Oh, that was the other thing I will say with the Noodle episode I did like. When Zox transforms without singing and the monster's like, aren't you
dancing.
Aren't you supposed to be dancing?
So I love the fact that the monster is like, nope, we are not playing this game. Boom. And then after we go along for a little bit, the monster leaves because he's out. He's already accomplished what he needed to. Juron, who is the dad of the group, basically he is Shiro from Voltron. He's just
the Netflix one, not
the Netflix one. He's not dead. In the Netflix one, he's alive, but he's like the group dad, and he is just hot. He's like, you know what? I can't do this. This is hot. This is ridiculous. So basically, this is a Juron episode. It is completely Juron led, and everybody's looking at him like, how did he get out? And Juron's trying to get everybody out. You even have the newscaster.
Well, I did like when he tried to pull Gaon out.
And Gaon was doing what I would do, of just taking the table, like, nope.
So, then they're all like, okay, he goes off. Then because he's trying to find the portable kotatsus. Everybody's sold out.
Okay, portable kotatsus, when you think of what a kotatsu is basically a space heater under a table and a blanket.
Basically a fire waiting to happen.
When you have a portable kotatsu and you see the pictures, apparently it really is a real thing from what it looks like. I am just like, isn't that like an electrical burn waiting to happen? Like, you'll get second to third degree burns because you're having a literal heater blanket wrapped around you.
So,
you're cooking your organs.
Sechan gives him a call, and then he comes back, and everyone is turned into a freakish cat. Ugh, Kaito. Ugh.
And so, to burst up everybody's energy, our hero Juron grabs a boombox, which I love.
Where do you find a boombox at?
I don't know! If boomboxes still exist, one, I want one because I need to live my 90s life again. And I want a boombox. But he plays the theme song, and Kaito is like, I know this song somehow. And he starts doing the entire dance move of the opening song, which I thought was awesome.
As he's trying to get everybody in Japan back.
Everybody, even going on the news. I don't know how he got onto the news. Well, I do know because nobody's going to stop him. They're under kotatsus. But it was just adorable. And then we get to the point where they find out where the kotatsu world is. Juron goes to fight. Barashitara shows up because he's like, he's like, I gotta figure this out. You cannot kill this guy. I need to look good because Wallaboss is super pissed off. And Sekchan finds a way to merge all the rest of the Rangers
with the Pot Ranger powers.
With Pot Ranger's powers under one kotatsu. Then hijacks the ship, brings down the hook, attaches it to this merged kotatsu. They're like doing the magical carpet
Meanwhile,
ride.
I'm also wondering, okay, so when is Momotaro coming in?
Oh yeah, that's what he kept on saying. as all of this is happening is, when is Momotaro coming in?
Yeah, when are we getting our new hero? When are we going to actually see him? Is Kaito going to give him the gear? Is that how he becomes the ranger?
And then, my favorite scene of the episode is the merged Kotatsu with all the rangers. Basically, it
coming in like a wrecking ball.
Comes in like a wrecking ball, knocks the monster and Barashatara out of the way, and then we get the most epic and ridiculous transformation, because everybody is sitting under a Kotatsu, and Juron has to run over, make sure he's in the proper placement for where he needs to be, so everyone can henshin.
And Zox is doing his little dance
under the table. Okay, that was the most stupidest thing I've seen. But everybody is doing their transformation, and then all of the logos, except for Juron, have cats hanging up the edges, except for Vroom. The poor cat is like hanging at the end of the name. And it was just so adorable, because I love cats, but I don't like the makeup for all the people. I never liked the Cats musical either.
I will say, okay, so some of the people on Twitter were like, is that the new version of Cats?
No, please God, no.
I did like, though, and even Juron said earlier in the episode to Galan, how do you have 4 ears? But, yeah, so they do the roll call, and then Kaito uses the new gear, the Don Brothers gear, to summon Momotaro brother.
Don Momotaro.
Yeah. And so,
Momotaro.
So it's just like, oh, okay, so we don't even get to see who he is. He's just the attack. And
well, and I actually like they make a comment about that.
Setchan going, I like how Setchan says, I don't even know, I don't know this team.
And then Juron's like, that's a really long time for a gear to be here.
Well, after when they're done.
Yeah.
But I did like, it looks like the camera person behind Revice clearly shot that scene for the fight sequence, because it was the same camera work you see in Revice.
Well, I was wondering, because especially with them using the tables and going over the tables.
Oh, that shot also.
That camera work was phenomenal.
The one shot of Galan when he jumps over the table fighting the grunts, that was a really good stunt.
Well, a lot of the stunts for this episode were definitely on top of their game.
Oh yeah, the camera work, watching that fight between Momotaro and Noodle World.
Momotaro, not Momo.
Not Noodle World.
Kotatsu.
Kotatsu World. That was, I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm watching Revice right now with this camera.
Well, it was very well done. And so, one of the comments that a lot of people have, including myself, when you see a new ranger, or even a new rider, in the current series, is usually that individual has a personality that does not match.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see, because I will say, I did not like what we got of his snippet of his personality.
Well, his personality, I actually kind of liked it, because it seemed like that edgy confidence.
I don't know. Actually, it kind of reminded me of Lucky's personality when Lucky appeared in the Ninja or the Juoger versus Ninja movie.
Well, that I don't know, so I can't comment there.
So, and then when he does the Titus laugh. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Like, oh my God, is he really doing the Titus laugh?
I had problems with that because I hate Titus.
Okay, so there were I did like his fighting style.
Well, his fighting style, and I actually also liked the fact that the Peach, it kind of reminded me of Time Ranger in a way, or even Deca Ranger.
Except you could see the reflection of the camera crew inside in the Peach.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, you could see the light from the camera and stuff in some of those shots.
Ooh. But it kind of reminded me of that, like, when you catch them in their grips and they're stuck until they have, like, the decision made. Like, judgment, so to speak. But I missed that with the camera crew. I am going to have to still watch that because now it's going to make me think of Wizard of Oz, but
it was interesting seeing him capture the monster inside a peach. But then we get to the monster, and we have a practical suit for the monster, but an all CGI mech.
So his bike is called Enya Raidion. When I heard Enya, and I beg of you, when you do a review of this series, I need you to play an Enya song for that bike. So there's actually a musician called Enya, Enya. Because his bike is called Enya Raidion.
Okay.
So when you do a review of this series eventually, I beg of you, I have the perfect Enya song to use for this. Because it is, right when I saw Enya, I was like, oh my god.
Okay.
Mainly because I watched RuPaul's Drag Race recently, and there was an Enya song on it, so.
But the mech battle was all CGI. That was just bad.
So
it sucked because I liked the coloring of the heat coloring, the orange tones they were using in that fight, but having the mech just be 100% CGI again just completely took me out of it.
So basically, the bike merged with Juron.
And I guess that was the point of that was because it's a one-time use. They didn't want to make an actual suit. But it's not like they haven't made actual one-time use suits for specials and TV series before.
There's Ju-2 footage to prove that.
So, I don't know. But it felt unnecessary to have just a CGI mech. You didn't need to do a mech battle at all if you were just going to CGI it.
Well, I think at the end of it all, it was an interesting introduction of the new Ranger, but I am a little concerned about the personality because I have thoughts of what I would like to see the personalities be for the series based on the introduction of like the photography and everything. But I don't know.
I'm just thinking of another comment I saw for Don Brothers for the Pink Ranger. Oh, look, Slender Man's trying to be relevant again. But anyway, so the episode then ends with Gege
Iago
taking over Stacy's body. But the weird thing is, it sounds like this isn't the first time he's taken over, like taken someone's body.
So it kind of reminds me of Kusanagi, because Kusanagi in Ghost in a Shell was able to take over anybody's body, it seemed like, so...
Well, no, it's more of, has me wondering then, is the parrot at his actual body, or is that just something he inhabited?
That's a good point. I think you're giving the series too much credit. I'm the one who's supposed to be giving these wild theories of what's happening, and you're supposed to be dashing all my hopes. So why are you giving yourself hope?
Because sometimes you just need an Obi-Wan.
Now you're making me think of the fact that Danny Trejo was trending today, and I was all scared that he was dead.
He was trending?
He was trending on Twitter because he's part of Boba Fett's new series.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But off topic.
Well, actually, no. On the Star Wars stuff, I saw a funny meme the other day. Obi-Wan, Luke saying, "Hey, how did my dad die?" Well, and Obi-Wan, "Well, he wasn't very good at playing the floor is lava."
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, our episode ends. The hard part is, I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. They're taking over Stacy's body. Yeah, cool. But is this going to be more than like a 2-minute thing in the next episode?
Yeah, I kind of felt like this is the trend that Stacy's like important plot points take place in like the prologue of the episode, and then the rest of the episode has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I am going to get ready and prepared for the next installment of Kaiju no Kami's I told you so experience, because
I don't know.
It always happens.
Maybe you'll be wrong this time. One can hope. Right? A new hope.
We've been married for 21 years. We've been together for 21 years. Do you really think you're going to get that lucky?
Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, what did you guys think of these 2 episodes? Are you excited that there's only like a month and a half left to go?
Well, which is going to take longer to complete, this or Trigger? You know what? After suffering from COVID, this is the best face I could ever have.
No, Trigger will be over first, because Trigger actually is only going to have 2 more episodes. Thank the gods for that. So, yeah, what did you guys think of these episodes? Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on these days, because they keep changing things around. There might be a dislike button tomorrow. There might not be one. They might get rid of the like button next week for all we know. Who knows? They might even get rid of ad revenue at some point because they're YouTube. But anyway,
we also have a store on our website. Our website is creativitybydesignllc.com. Look for our shop and you can find cool things like this t-shirt, which I can honestly say he has done everything you should not do to a t-shirt, and it's still holding up really, really well.
What do you mean by everything that should not be done? Because that just makes it sound kind of weird and creepy in a way.
I don't mean like that.
Well, someone...
Oh my god, I forgot to put another Christmas thing away.
Oh my god.
But...
You have failed. You have failed.
But if you would like to be able to support us and ensure that we stay sane, it would be super awesome. Obviously, nothing's required. Also... What?
I'm already insane, so there is no more sane.
But also, please share in the comments if you think he's a heathen for not having seen Back to the Future. And if there's any other obscure movies that you think could be referenced based on Dad jetting to the parts unknown with his super souped up vehicle that he apparently learned how to do in like 5 minutes. Because he's an idiot savant.
I'm just thinking the next time we're going to see the dad is Sal. He's going to be in space. Barf! Barf! Barf!
No. All I
And we're going to see John Candy like, what?
The only thing I hope for at the end of this series is that we'll see Stacy's mom.
We already saw his mom.
I know, but it'd be cool to have it again just so I can have another reference.
But also, you didn't mention Twitter, Instagram,
I love
Facebook, Patreon,
apparently
Discord. Kaiju no... Hey, I was actually there the other day. The first time I've been there since like November 19th, I think it said.
You were like the most useless Discord moderator.
Yeah, life's been busy.
Yeah, he has been taking care of me for the last 2 weeks as I've been dealing with trying to live.
Well, and then I was sick for that day.
Yeah, he was sick for 1 day. I've been sick for 2 weeks. He's only been sick for 1 day.
Okay, anyway, but then I've also been working the last 2 weeks. So... Also, for some reason, apparently the Kaiju no Kami shop is not appearing on cell phones, so we need to fix that. Until next time, bye.